Some nights begin as nothing more than an invitation, simple, casual. And yet, there are those rare moments when a single choice unravels the ordinary, leaving behind something unforgettable. It started with a message. Nathan, my longtime confidant, reached out with an impromptu invitation. Just a few drinks. Good company. You'll love it, he promised. I hesitated, exhaustion from the week weighing on me, but Nathan had a way of making anything sound irresistible. Besides, a distraction sounded good. The elevator ride to his penthouse felt like stepping into a different world, one where time stretched and anticipation coiled tight beneath my skin. Nathan greeted me at the door, his effortless charm wrapped in a slow, knowing smile. The warmth of his palm rested on my back as he guided me inside, his touch lingering just a little too long. Perfect timing, he murmured, pressing a glass of whiskey into my hand. The penthouse was breathtaking as always, floor-to-ceiling windows that framed the city in ribbons of gold, the low hum of jazz curling through the air like smoke. Nathan was the definition of ease, his dark suit unbuttoned just enough to hint at something unspoken. Then I saw Adrian. He leaned against the sleek marble bar, exuding an effortless confidence. There was something untamed in the way he held himself, an energy that pulled without demanding. His eyes met mine, a slow, deliberate study, as though he already knew how this night would end. And then there was Elias, quiet, watchful. He had an intensity that didn't need words, his presence alone commanding attention. Unlike the others, he didn't push, didn't tease. Instead, he let the moment settle between us, waiting for me to acknowledge what already stirred beneath the surface. The four of us moved like a current, conversation flowing between sips of whiskey and stolen glances. Nathan, as always, was the heartbeat of the room, telling stories that had us in stitches, his laughter rich and unguarded. Adrian matched his energy with sharp wit and quiet smirks, while Elias listened, his occasional words laced with something deeper, something that made me hold my breath without realizing it. And then, the shift. Nathan leaned in, his voice laced with playful mischief. Let's make this interesting, a game. Truth. No lies. No hesitation. Adrian smirked, resting his glass against his lips. Dangerous. Exactly, Nathan murmured. The question started harmlessly, reckless adventures, impulsive decisions. But when Nathan turned his gaze on me, something changed. If you could spend the night with anyone in this room, he asked, his voice quieter now, slower, who would it be? The air tightened. 3 sets of eyes held mine, waiting. I should have laughed it off, thrown out a name just to keep the game moving. But instead, the words slipped out before I could catch them. Why not all 3? Silence. And then, understanding. Nathan was the first to move, closing the space between us. His fingers brushed mine, stealing the glass from my hand as he set it aside. You always did know how to surprise me, he murmured. His lips found mine, slow, unhurried. A test. A promise. The heat of him curled through me, but before I could fall too deep, I felt Adrian behind me. Don't think you're getting all of him to yourself, he whispered against my ear, his breath sending a shiver down my spine. His hands found my hips, firm but patient, grounding me as Nathan's fingers traced the line of my jaw, tilting my face up to his. And then Elias stepped closer. His touch was different, gentle, deliberate. He cupped my face, his thumb grazing my lower lip before his mouth found mine. Unlike Nathan's teasing, unlike Adrian's possessive heat, Elias kissed me like he wanted to memorize the moment, etching it into something neither of us would forget. I was surrounded. Warmth, strength, sensation pressing in from all sides. Nathan's lips traced a path along my throat, Adrian's hands slipping beneath the fabric of my dress, while Elias pressed a kiss to my shoulder, his fingers undoing the last barrier between us. The dress slid to the floor in a whisper. For a moment, I stood there, bare beneath their gazes. 3 men, 3 different kinds of hunger, all of them focused on me. But there was no hesitation. No second-guessing. Just the unspoken understanding that we were exactly where we were meant to be. Adrian was the one who pulled me onto his lap, his hands firm as he guided my hips against him. His strength was undeniable, the way he positioned me effortless. Nathan's fingers tangled in my hair as he tilted my head back, claiming my lips again while Elias traced a path down my spine, every touch making me tremble. They took their time. Nathan, playful, teasing, keeping me on edge. Adrian, intense, taking what he wanted without apology. Elias, slow, savoring every touch, every sound. Together, they unraveled me, piece by piece, until there was nothing left but sensation, surrender, and the quiet, undeniable truth that I never wanted this night to end. Hours blurred into something infinite, a tangle of whispered names and hands that knew exactly where to touch. Until finally, spent and tangled in the aftermath, we lay in silence. Nathan exhaled, stretching lazily. That, he murmured, was worth every second of waiting. Adrian chuckled, his arm draped over my waist. We should do this again. Elias kissed my temple, his voice softer. No rush. We have time. And maybe we did. As I lay there, pressed between them, I realized some moments aren't meant to be questioned. Some nights aren't just nights, they are stories, imprinted on skin, destined to be relived in quiet, stolen memories. And this was one of them.